Gentlemen and ladies, today we got another edit of this gentleman. I know this how you can see this exposure right here is very bad. It should be this way, more towards the right, but I was it was a test shot, so I'm gonna edit this photo. I'm gonna hit reset, so you can see that I haven't done no adjustment. ISO 100. I shot this with my Nikon camera with my lens 24 to 70, 32 focal length, f5 up to 5. ISO, shutter speed 1/200 per second. So I'm gonna let's get down dirty. First we're gonna begin in lens correction, and we hit enable profile correction, remove chromatic aberration, and press auto. And Lightroom, we editing in Lightroom 5, and Lightroom did a good job. But now I'm gonna crop this photo here because I want this out and a little bit of this. So I'm gonna crop here, all the way to here, and all the way to here. That looks good. I close that. Now this is a little bit distracting, but don't worry about it. Let me see. I'm gonna hit clone to see what this do, and I'm gonna bring this up to here, and that's not bad. But anyway, what I'm gonna open is an adjustment brush, exposure, and I'm gonna bring this down all the way to 4. Excuse me. And I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna hit O so I can see the mask where I'm painting, and I'm gonna paint all over here. Come all the way here too. That's why I said don't worry about around here, this area, because we was gonna painted it real good. It's gonna leave this real dark, and allow over here. Please take your time and leave your comments. Thank you. It doesn't. I appreciate you leave your comment even if it's not good or you don't, whatever you don't like. That's okay. You can leave your comments and put your thumbs up or thumbs down. I appreciate that. Okay, how you can see over here, I'm just taking off a little bit here because I think I went over it. Over here and a little bit over here. Now I'm gonna press O to see how that looks, and so far it looks good. So I'm gonna close that. Now I'm going to the basic panel over here, bring the exposure a little bit up to about 30. The highlight, if I bring it down, looks not good. Bring it up too much, so I'm gonna leave the highlight. I'm not gonna touch that. I'm gonna bring the shadow up a little bit. Okay, the shadow, I'm just gonna bring a little bit, like 13 on the shadow. Whites, I'm gonna bring that to 13 too. Looks like 13 is the lucky number. Bring blacks down. I'm gonna bring it to 9. I'm gonna clarity. I'm gonna bring it up to about 8. Saturation, I'm gonna bring it down to about 9. Okay, now I'm gonna get another brush right here, and what I'm gonna do with this brush is, oops, I left it in 4. Sorry. I'm gonna exposure, and I'm gonna bring it up to about 30. Let me see, 53 for now. Let's start on 53. I know it's a little bit crazy right here. Let me see this, and I'm gonna hit a little bit here. Okay, now what I'm gonna bring is leave that like that. The white balance, I'm gonna hit it, put out auto. That's a little bit too like purple. You can see magenta, sorry, and I'm gonna bring it a little towards the warm side. That looks much better to my eyes. And over here, I'm gonna open this brush that I use. I'm gonna go a little bit over here, a little bit over here to make sure that I got it right. Okay, that's good. Now I get another brush, and this time with a brush we're gonna go we're gonna get another brush, and this time we're gonna go clarity on the brush, and we're gonna put it minus about let's say 45, and the sharpening we're gonna put it to 20. And now I'm gonna zoom in a little bit to his face, the gentleman's face, and I'm gonna paint here. And what this do is it's sharpen, but it also doesn't take sorry, I'm gonna press O. It's sharpened, but it doesn't take no details out. You know, if you go always if you press clarity all the way to 100 and then sharpening to minus 100, it will take all the details and it would just not look right. So I'm just sharpening him a little bit. I know he's a man, he should be a little bit rough, but yeah, I wanted to sharpen up a little bit, you know. Okay, I'm going real. You will take your time and do it right, so I'm just doing this real fast, guys. You can take your time, and guys and girls, take your time and do it right. Like I said, I'm doing it real fast for YouTube. You know, I'm gonna go a little bit here and a little bit here, and press erase because I think I went over here by his eye. Okay, we're gonna touch that in a minute. Okay, right here too. Gonna press O. Now I'm going back and I'm gonna bring this exposure a little bit up of his face to 23. The shadow to 4. Close that, go back, and that looks a little bit much better. But what I'm gonna do is get another brush, go to exposure right here, and this time I'm gonna bring that minus to 106. I'm just gonna touch it a little bit here to darken this hair right here, because I want it dark, you know. This looks good. Now I'm gonna get another brush and I'm gonna go to clarity, and what I'm gonna do is hit 100 in clarity and sharpening 100. Bring minus exposure minus over here and contrast to 25. Now I'm gonna go over his shirt. You know, I know it looks, I like the way this do what this do. It brings the like you see a little darker. I like that. Little bit darker, but give like a little contrast and smooth the shirt a little bit too. So let me press O to see where all this went, all the adjustment went, and that looks good. Okay, I'm gonna go right here. That looks good, and right here. Now I press O again and duplicate that effect. There you go. I like that. That looks good. Now I'm gonna open another brush, and this time I'm gonna go to exposure, and I'm gonna just bring it over here. I'm gonna bring exposure a little bit up to about 30. It's a little bit too much, I know, but I'm just gonna touch this a little bit here, you know, and bring the saturation up on that. I think about here too. I'm gonna touch it right there. Okay, bring the shadow on that up a little bit. Up too much. I'm gonna bring it up to about 23. Saturation to 100. I'm gonna put a little bit of red, like red. you know, to change the color. Let's press O, even though it's red. Even though it's red, we're gonna paint it right here, and let's press O again to see what we done there. And I don't know, it looks good to me. Let's play around here. Let's see what they do. Change the color a little bit. I mean, if that's what you're looking for. Let's see, go here. Let me see, go here, like blue. Let me see, press over. And no, what I'm gonna do is go up and up, and let's see, that looks a little bit much better. I like the different colors, but I'm gonna bring it down a little bit, and I'll bring it down a little bit to 68, both of them. Press erase here because I went a little bit too much over here. Not a little bit too much, I over painted him over him. And close that. Now let me take a look before and after, and right here you can see a big difference before. So it's before and this is after the adjustment we done. But let's see, we keep on doing some more adjustment, and let's go to the eyes. I'm gonna open another brush and exposure, but this time I'm gonna bring the exposure to about 15. Clarity, I'm gonna bring it up to 9. I'm just gonna paint a little bit here, just to bring his eye out a little bit. Okay, that looks good. You know what, I'm going back to that adjustment right here and bring clarity. I'm gonna look right here, clarity. I'm gonna leave it like that, but I'm also gonna bring sharpening a little bit up to, I'll bring it up to 9. That looks good. Let me see, let me zoom out. Oop, too fast, sorry, I double click. Sometimes you gotta take your time and wait, don't rush to it. Let me see this alone. Sometimes you gotta see it, you know, to look at if you have done something wrong. And so far, let me hit full, yeah, so I can have it in full screen. That looks good, you know, that looks good, that don't look bad. Okay, I take it off full screen. I'm gonna go another brush, but this time I'm gonna hit temperature, and I'm gonna hit the temperature to 9. I'm gonna go a little bit of I don't know, to his face, and a little bit here, why not? Let me see how that looks. That's totally a different look. I like that. I'm gonna hit okay, now I'll go to the details. I'm going to sharpen this. I'm going to let's hit it 50. Radius I'm gonna put 8. Details I'm gonna press Alt and right click on the mouse and go up to about 30. Now mask, right click, and I'm gonna bring this so I can only see that right there. That's what is being the adjustment on the sharpening. It was on him only. There was something here bothers me right here. Sometimes you can't see it, but I did, so I catch that on time, so I took it off. Let's do it again, and then I got him. Let's clone, and let's hit that, and that's gone. Okay, now I go to camera calibration and go to the blue. Bring this up a little bit. Bring the blues to 32. That looks good. Now I let me see tone curve, and let me hit medium contrast. Let me see what that do. And I don't know, I don't like it. Give like a little bit too strong. Let me see if I can do it myself. Yeah, that looks good. I like that right there. And bring this down a little bit. Not too much. No. I bring it up a little bit. And let me see before and after. Before, after, before, after. I like that. I did like that touch. Okay. Now I close that. That looks good. I'm not gonna play with split toning. I like that so far. Please take your time and subscribe. Leave your comment. This is before and after. You can see we did a basic edit, and we did everything in Lightroom, and we didn't went to Photoshop to do anything, or another any other software. We just stayed in Photoshop and Lightroom, sorry, and we did this editing. Now please leave your comment. This is for beginners. I think it's for beginners because this is so simple and easy that you can do it, and those who thinks that they're there for more advanced people, I'm sorry, I apologize, but I think this is for beginners. It's easy to do. You can do it. Take your time and look, and that's why I'm saying in most of my videos you gotta practice. Take your time. Look a lot of other people and how they edit the photos, and that's why I always there's a guy I always love his photos, and the way he edited them is Will Morris, I think it is his name, from somewhere in America.